I think I could beat up Santa. Well, not all of them, but definitely some of them. I can't be the only one who fantasizes about fighting Santa, right? It probably stems back to the time I asked for a GameCube for Christmas and I got a Dreamcast instead. I want to look at some of the most popular movie Santas and determine if I could beat them in a fight. Now, I don't want it to be just a yes or no answer, so I need some sort of ranking system to determine to what degree they could beat me or I could beat them. Yeah, we're doing a tier list. Now, the highest tier is going to be bend me over and spank me. This is where I get completely destroyed by Santa. I don't stand a chance. The fight is over almost instantly. Just below that, we have curb stomp me. So this is where I still lose. I probably have no chance, but maybe I last more than a few seconds. I get a punch or two in that doesn't do any damage and I'm down pretty quick. Just below that is I'd put up a fight, and now that's just as it sounds. I would fight back. I would actually have a chance. If it was a boxing match, it would go a few rounds. I'd get in some good shots, but ultimately they beat me. And below that, we have victory is mine. And this is where I win, but it's kind of like I'd put up a fight, but they'd put up a fight. We'd go a few rounds. They get in some good shots, stand a pretty good chance, but in the end, I win. I get the victory. And then at the bottom, we have I would annihilate. And this is where I would completely destroy them. They stand no chance, and the fight would go pretty quick, maybe a minute tops, and they might not even get a shot in. Oh, and there should be one more tier at the top, and that's for people who like and subscribe, which could be you. Remember, every like brings Christmas joy to sad people in need, and that sad person is me, so please like. Before we look at their stats, let's take a look at mine. So I'm taller than average, but not tall. I usually weigh around 185 pounds. I work out, but not too intensely, mostly just to stay healthy. No formal training, but I did learn to fight in prison, so I have that going for me. I watch a lot of anime, so I have that on my side.
I have the power of God and anime on my side! Wait,
Let's start off with a Christmas staple, the Santa Claus. Released in 1994, starring Tim Allen and, okay, just Tim Allen. He plays Scott Calvin, who would later become Santa Claus. As Santa, he's not really a good one. Most of the time, he has no idea what's going on. He has no control of his magic and performs no significant physical feats. Prior to becoming Santa, he worked as a marketing executive and lived in an upper middle class neighborhood. I doubt he's been in a fight in his entire life. Tim Allen is 5'10", so we'll say that Santa is too. He is a divorced dad, so it's possible he's been hitting the gym to get back into shape to relive his 20s, but it's not explicitly stated. I think I can put him in victory is mine. I don't think I'll annihilate him, and he'll definitely put up a good fight, get in some good shots on me, but I'm pretty sure in the end I would win. Next up is the Santa from Violent Night. Now, if you haven't seen this one, just go watch it, but no spoilers here. It's a new one, but it'll have a permanent spot in my Christmas movie rotation. An elite team of mercenaries breaks into a family compound on Christmas Eve, taking everyone hostage inside. However, they aren't prepared for a surprise combatant. Santa Claus, David Harbour, is on the grounds, and he's about to show why this Nick is no saint. David Harbour clocks in at a hulking 6'3", weighing 270 pounds.
Whoa, this guy was huge.
He is a highly skilled warrior who uses his magic to aid in his combat. His weapon of choice is a warhammer, which he uses to easily take down a team of heavily armed soldiers. For his weaknesses, he is immortal in terms of aging, but he can still take damage from conventional attacks, so he can be hurt. He seems to be in a bit of a depression. He's grown tired of Christmas and spends his time drinking and eating. He's not in peak conditioning, as he does appear to tire during his fights. Despite all that, I think we know where this one is going. I would have no chance against this Santa. He would absolutely destroy me, split me in two with his axe. Even drunk out of his mind, he would beat me. This fight would be over in seconds. He gets the highest ranking of bend me over and spank me. Let's go with one of the funniest Christmas movies of all time, Elf. The Santa is played by Ed Asner, and he looks like an absolute monster of a human being here, but these are elves he's standing next to. Subscribe so you can see my next video. How many elves could I take at one time? Just kidding, that's not real, but could be. This Santa is 1.7 meters or just under 5'7", so quite a step down from our last Santa. This Santa just seems kinda tired. He doesn't seem to have much in terms of magic. His sleigh crashes in the park and he just kinda gives up. He doesn't even have the ability to fix his own sleigh. He can't do anything for himself.
Slap it on real quick. We've got to get going.
Would you open this hatch for me, please? Would you mind taking this to your firstborn? Will you fix it for me, buddy?
Centuries of being taken care of by elves have made him soft. He doesn't pay his elves, does he? I don't think they're free to leave either. Are these elves slaves? I don't think YouTube likes me saying this, so it rhymes with Daves. Anyway, that's a topic for another time. This Santa runs at the sight of a few cops. Our last Santa would have shoved a candy cane up their ass. I would annihilate this Santa, like he would have no chance. I don't think he would even get a hit on me, so he goes in the I would annihilate category. Switching to a more modern movie, we have The Christmas Chronicles. I've only seen it once, but it was actually pretty good. It felt kind of like a classic Christmas movie. This one stars Kurt Russell as Santa. Now, Kurt Russell isn't as tall as I thought, measuring in at 1.76 meters or about 5'9". He seems like a Santa in his prime, unlike the last one. He's an expert pilot, managing to snatch this girl from a freefall, which also requires a lot of strength. He possesses a magic hat that grants him a variety of powers. He seems to have a bit of an edge to him too. He's a little bit scary. He takes a hard hit from these cops and gets up completely unscathed. Like, that was a hard hit. That would have knocked my ass out. And unlike the last Santa, he's not afraid of cops.
So just tell me your name, and I don't want to hear Santa Claus.
Call me Snake.
He's able to summon objects at will with his magic, so if he wanted to, he could pull out double blades like Loki. Like Goku, he has instant transmission, which, if used effectively, this could be extremely OP. He's fast like the Flash too, leaping from building to building. This is a top tier Santa, up there with the best. I would even put him above the Violent Night Santa if I could. This Santa could kill me before I even saw him coming. At least with the other one, I would know what's happening. He is bend me over and spank me, 100% top tier. The next Santa I'll fight is from Bad Santa. This Santa is not a real Santa in this movie, but I like this one, so I'm gonna include it. This one's a bit of a wild card. He's played by Billy Bob Thornton, who's 1.78 meters or about 5'10". This malt Santa is trashy, like very trashy, which I think is an advantage for him. I have no doubt he'd try to sucker punch me if he could. He's a criminal who sets up a heist to rob the mall. You just know this guy's been in a few fights. The thing with this guy is there's a 99% chance he would be drunk. I think it would go down like this. He would try to sucker punch me and either completely miss and faceplant into the concrete, or hit me with a couple shots that are reasonably hard. Either way, I think I'd win. He'd be gassed after about 10 seconds, but he could do some damage first, so he goes in the victory is mine category. The next one is a 2-for-1. We have The Nightmare Before Christmas, which has your normal Santa and every white millennial's favorite tattoo, Jack Skellington. His height is estimated to be up to a monstrous 11 feet, putting Shaquille O'Neal to shame. He's got extremely long, sharp fingers that could do some serious damage. He seems to have an immunity to fire. He can remove his head and just put it back on, so it's hard to determine how to even beat him. He was shot out of the sky by a goddamn missile, fell thousands of feet back first onto a stone statue, and got up without a scratch on him. He is unbeatable, putting him in the bend me over and spank me category. Definitely one of the top tier Santas. Now let's look at the real Santa. This Santa is 4'0" with a chode-shaped body. He gets himself kidnapped by little kids with no resistance. Now, to be fair, these are monster kids, but they've showed no supernatural powers or strength. He gets tossed around by Oogie Boogie like a sack of potatoes. He does have some magic, but it appears really weak. The only thing he does is hover away at the speed of a fart. Come on, I would punt this football-shaped man for a field goal.
Good, very nice.
He goes into the I would annihilate category. Let's continue with another non-human Santa, the Grinch. Specifically 2000's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, starring Jim Carrey. The Grinch is a creature of unknown origin, having drifted into Whoville on a gust of wind. After a lifetime of being ridiculed for his unusual appearance, he decides to get revenge on the town before having a change of heart and turning into an unlikely Santa. Jim Carrey is 1.88 meters tall or 6'2", so we'll go with that height for him. His physique most closely resembles an orangutan, which is known for being extremely strong. He appears to be very agile, jumping 20 feet into the air from a standstill. He has extremely powerful sucking and blowing abilities, which, good for some things, but not for fighting. Most importantly, he is extremely strong. He's able to lift a sleigh that's presumably thousands of pounds. His weakness is that he does take damage, and unlike some of the other ones, he doesn't have any magic. So he goes just below the top tier at Would Curb Stop Me. I would have no chance against this guy. It would be like fighting a grizzly bear or a gorilla. Back to a newer one, this one's called Klaus. It's sort of a retelling or reimagining of the Santa origin story. The Santa in this one is a hulking man, so right away we're off to a bad start. He is usually carrying an axe with him, though he doesn't even need it as he can split a log apart with his bare hands. He can pick up a full-grown man with ease, and even wolves cower at the sight of him. This man is terrifying. I would not want to run into this man in the woods. I would not stand a chance against this Santa. He would suplex me.
Beast. My God. Another one to see.
The only thing holding him back from the top tier is his lack of magic. While he would absolutely destroy me, he's not up there with the big boys. He lands in the curb stomp me category. Let's do one more. This one's from a movie called Santa Buddies, The Legend of Santa Paws. Am I really gonna talk about fighting a dog? Yeah, let's do it. So this movie's your typical Christmas story. There's a lack of Christmas spirit in the world and it could ruin Christmas forever. The twist in this one is that Santa is a dog. Alright, so this Santa appears to be a Pyrenean mountain dog. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Males can reach a size of 70 to 80 centimeters or 28 to 31 inches and 120 to 165 pounds. Now that's a big dog. Very cute too. Alright, don't take this out of context, but I could beat up a dog. I know they can be dangerous, but you rarely hear of them hurting a fully grown adult. I think I could do it. But Santa Paws has one more thing going for him. He can fly. Now, a flying dog, that's a different story. Imagine a 160-pound dog flying into your teeth first. That could do some serious damage. Like just the dog running into you in a dog park can take you out. My little dog likes to parkour off me sometimes and that hurts. I think Santa Paws belongs in the tier I'd put up a fight. He would definitely win, but I'd probably get in a shot or two. So here's our final ranking. It really leans into both extremes. It seems like these Santas are really extremely overpowered or just regular old human men. Definitely some unexpected results here. I didn't think the Christmas Chronicles Santa would be as high up as he is. I think he's possibly number 1. Are there any Santas that I missed that are even more powerful than these? And did I rank any of these wrong? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.